Welcome back, fellow Taoists, to the 1991 Review Channel. So, after more than 200 years of wandering the four seas, busy with his immortal cultivation, Han Li has now returned to his homeland to visit the memory of his parents and see his descendants. At the end of the previous episode, we witness Han Li display his magical arts. A gentle stream of spiritual light enveloped the manuscript in the wooden cabinet, which then slowly floated out, hovering before him as if it were a living thing. This divine ability sent a shock to the very souls of the two mortals before him. While Han Tui was still terrified out of his wits, Lu Fong, with his broader knowledge, could sense an invisible yet unfathomably deep spiritual pressure emanating from Han Li. He immediately bowed, his voice a mixture of reverence and inquiry. "May I ask, is your excellency an immortal from the legends? If that is so, with your transcendent and worldly detached status, you should not interfere in the matters of us common mortals. Might Senior be able to prove his identity? This matter is of great importance, and this worthy brother Han and I cannot so easily believe based on words alone." Hearing this, Han Li revealed a profound smile, his eyes seeming to pierce a flow of 100 years. "I didn't expect you to know of immortal cultivators. That's truly not simple. It seems from this manuscript that you are indeed a descendant of Li Feiyu. In 100 years, things change as the stars move. Who would have thought that his daughter would marry into our Han clan? This is something I never considered back then. Are you looking for a token? That is truly difficult. At that time, I was determined to seek the Tao and left home in a hurry, not carrying anything with me. Moreover, I parted from Brother Li without a farewell, leaving only a note and a few vials of medicinal pills." Upon hearing this, Lu Fong was startled. Medicinal pills? Could it be that the few vials of pills placed on our Lu family's ancestral altar were left behind by Senior? Han Li let out a long sigh, a sigh that contained the regret of an immortal for the fleeting lifespan of a mortal. That year, although your ancestor had reached the peak of martial arts, he went against the heavens to use the marrow extraction pill. Even with the few vials of pills I left, I could not extend his heavenly fate. Observing from the side, Han Tui finally composed himself and spoke up. "If your excellency is truly our fourth ancestral uncle, then this junior has a way to verify it. The Han clan still keeps a few items used by our ancestors. If Senior can recognize one of them, this junior will believe your words." "Old items, you say? Then bring them out for me to see. I left home very early, so I truly may not know many things. Please rest assured, Senior. These are all items our ancestors used when they were poor, preserved by the clan in remembrance. I will go and get them now." Not long after, a tray covered with a red cloth was placed before Han Li. When the cloth was unveiled, each old, time-worn object seemed like a warm stream of memory flowing back, striking directly at the water-still state of mind of an old monster who had lived for hundreds of years. He spoke calmly. "I recognize more than half of these items. Only 2 or 3 appeared after I left, so I do not know whose they were. This small bow and arrow belonged to my second older brother, Hanju. He loved to play with it the most. This wooden hairpin belonged to my mother. She cherished it dearly. And this small pouch is..." With each item he picked up, Han Li would whisper a few words, his expression as if he were looking at something incredibly familiar. Therefore, before Han Li could finish, Han Tui hastily pulled Lu Fong down to their knees to perform a grand ritual of paying respects. This unfilial descendant pays his respects to the fourth ancestral uncle. "We had some misunderstandings earlier, and we beg for your forgiveness 1,000 times over." Seeing that the two had recognized him, Han Li was filled with a myriad of emotions and stood there in silence. He was happy that the family bloodline had continued, but also saddened by the distance between immortals and mortals. After a moment, he finally spoke. "That year, I left my homeland with a single-minded goal to seek the Tao. I never expected the Han clan to grow into such a great clan as it is today. Although I am your ancestral uncle, I have not returned for many years. Both of you may rise." Hearing this, Han Tui hurriedly said, "It is we descendants who are unfilial for not knowing that our ancestral uncle was still in this world. Otherwise, we would have long sent people to welcome you back so we could perform our filial duties." Han Li waved his hand, replying indifferently, "There is no need for filial piety. I have only returned this time to take a brief look, and I will be leaving shortly. It is a true pity. Though the Han clan is numerous, not a single person possesses a spiritual root. For me, this means there is truly no karmic opportunity. Otherwise, I would have taken 1 or 2 clan members with me on the path of cultivation. I am already a man who cultivates immortality. It is better not to get entangled in the karma of the mortal world." With that said, Han Li turned his gaze to Lu Fong. He lightly tapped his storage pouch and said pensively, "Years ago, Li Feiyu and I called each other brothers. Our bond was extremely deep. It is not wrong for you to call me ancestral uncle. Just now, I saw you wholeheartedly protecting my descendants, which shows that in recent years, your Lu family has taken great care of our Han clan. As the ancestral uncle of the Han clan, I will not treat you poorly. Here are some medicinal pills that will be very beneficial for you martial practitioners. Lu Fong did not stand on ceremony and accepted the small vials, thanking him profusely. Seeing his friend receive such a reward, Han Tui was overjoyed, and he looked toward Han Li with an expectant gaze. Han Li couldn't help but chuckle at this sight. He reached out and gently patted his spirit beast pouch. Immediately, a deafening buzzing sound erupted as a dense, tricolor cloud surged out from the pouch. Over 1,000 gold-devouring beetles unleashed a heaven-shaking, earth-shattering killing intent, terrifying Han Tui and Lu Fong to the point where the blood in their veins felt like it had frozen solid. With a gentle wave of Han Li's hand, the cloud of spirit insects suddenly converged. A brilliant light flashed, and in an instant, they condensed into an ancient and unadorned precious sword, its entire body shimmering with metallic luster and emanating a bone-chilling aura. He handed it to Han Tui and instructed him in an exceptionally solemn tone. This sword was refined by me from spirit insects and has the ability to automatically eliminate enemies. I will place it in the Ancestral Hall to guard the clan. If a day comes when the Han clan faces a disaster of annihilation, bring all the clan members and hide inside the hall. This sword can help you survive the calamity. But you must remember this well. Once this sword is unsheathed, with the exception of the area inside the Ancestral Hall, all living creatures within a 10-mile radius will be utterly annihilated by its killing intent, causing widespread devastation. Therefore, you must be cautious 1,000 times over. This is a jade pendant containing my vital essence. Only the one who wears it can draw the sword. Otherwise, no mortal can do it. From now on, it will be managed by the successive patriarchs of the Han clan. The gold-devouring sword can only be used 3 times. After 3 uses, its spiritual energy will be depleted, the scabbard will disintegrate, and the spirit sword will revert into spirit insects and fly away. Finally, Han Li gave each of them an additional vial of longevity pills. Before departing, he requested to see the ancestral portraits. After viewing them, his figure flashed, transforming into a brilliant long rainbow that tore through space and departed, leaving behind only the lingering echo of a celestial being and the utmost astonishment of the 2 mortals who remained. And that concludes the content of episode 164 of A Record of a Mortal's Journey to Immortality. What do you all think of Han Li's actions? Please leave a comment below. Finally, goodbye, fellow Taoists, and please subscribe to my channel to get the next video as soon as it's released.